Hi guys, today we're gonna be doing the teardown of an iPhone 6. We're gonna be digging into its inner components, their functionalities, and how do they work. So here you can see that it is fully functional. Even the touchscreen works and everything. It has no problem working. And the first step we will be doing is turning the phone off so that we manage to prevent any electrical dysfunction. After doing so, we're gonna be unscrewing or removing the screws, the pentalobe screws here in the bottom of the phone. There's one. There goes two. Okay, now that the two screws are gone, we will use a suction cup to elevate the screen, the display, let's say, the display from the base of the phone. So now we'll create a little space here, little gap, and we will take our separation tool to separate it from the base. There we go. There we go. Now, here is the inside of our phone. Okay. We can see there's a metal plate here covering the connection between the screen and the base of the phone. So we'll remove the 4 screws that are holding this together. Now we'll need to remove the metal plate over here, which needs an X-shaped screw instead of the pentalobe that we were using right now. So let's change it. Now we take this, and now let's screw it. Let's unscrew it. There goes two. And now that we have removed all the little screws, we can take out the metal plate. Here it is. And now we can see the connections which are connecting it, the display from the base of the phone. So now with our tweezers, we can pry up the connections very carefully. There goes one. There goes two. And here's another one. And our 4 connections. Oops, this one is a bit harder to get. And there we go. Now we have our display separated from the base of our phone. Now we will be removing the earpiece here, which is blocked by this metal plate. So let's unscrew it. Okay. Now we can remove this plate carefully. And here we can see the connections to the earpiece. Okay. So now we'll be removing this part of the camera, and here is the speaker. Which is okay. So this is here, and here it is. the earpiece. Okay, you can take a closer look here. And now we can remove this part, this connection. So now we can remove this connection right here, which is pretty well connected. Sorry, it was a very hard connection, but we finally took it out here. That's it. And now we can disconnect from this part right here. Okay, so this took me a while, but it's here. There it is. Here we can see the selfie camera or the front camera, the sensor, and the speaker, which is connected to this. And yeah. Okay, now we can move on to tearing down the home button, which is right here, which is protected by this metal plate again. So let's take it down. And there's the one. Now with our tweezers we can take this off. And here we can see the home button. So we can unplug this very carefully. But this, as you can see, let me put it closer to you. Here, there's some sort of glue. So we will use a blow dryer to dissolve it a bit. Okay, so with this blow dryer, we will soften up the adhesive. So now we can start. And we stay like this for a little while. And now after doing it for a little while, it is softened up and we can take it apart. And now the problem is that this phone has suffered a little accident and the home button, the ribbon that connected with the home button here, was broken off. So that's the main problem here. But let's just continue. So now we'll peel the assembly completely away from the display. And here it is. Oops. Here it is. You can see the home button here. Sorry, here. And here it is. The display, or the parts here of the display, tore down. And now we'll take apart the LCD display, which, if you can see, we have to take apart these 3 little screws on each side. So let's do that right now. There's one side and 2 the other. This one seems to be a little more stuck. No. There it is. Now we need to take apart this thing right here. is. Oops. And carefully. Okay, so here it is, disconnected, and here we have the LCD display panel. Okay, now I'm gonna proceed and remove the battery. So we can see that here there is a metal plate which is protecting the connection between the battery and the base of the phone. So let's remove the screws. Okay, now with our tweezers, we can remove this. There it is. And now we'll use the blow dryer to soften up the pull tab, which is beneath the battery, which is the thing that connects the battery with the base. So we're gonna do this. Let's remove this connection here. Now. And after constantly blowing and scooping with this, you can finally reveal the battery here, which is here. And this is the adhesive which holds the battery together. Okay. Now we can take our SIM ejector tool, this one right here, and take out our SIM tray card, our SIM tray. So right here, like this. There we go. Now we're going to bring our attention here to the camera. So what we're gonna do is take off this metal plate which is covering the camera first. So take this screw off. There we go. And is there another one? So we're gonna take the screw also here. There we go. Which was a bit hidden. There we go. And now we can remove this plate to reveal the camera. Now we're gonna remove this tab which is connected to the main motherboard. Very carefully. There we go. And okay. There we go. And now we can remove the main camera. There it is. You can see it. Now let's go over to the other corner where we have a protective plate which is securing our power and volume buttons. So let's take it out. Okay. There it is. And now we have to remove this tab very carefully, as well as this tab. here we have 4 more screws which are securing the antenna we have here on the left. Seems like it's not working. Okay. There's the screw. No, that's one. There it is. And now with those screws gone, we can peel off the antenna using our tweezers. There it is. Now let's work towards removing our motherboard. So we have 2 screws here. We have to remove. Here's one. And the other is here. Now we can remove this without tweezers. A standoff in the middle of the motherboard that we want to remove, and we will be using a flat screwdriver. So let's remove it. There it is. And now we have a wafer plug down here in the motherboard that we'll need to remove. Very carefully. There we go. And right next to it we have a coaxial plug that we'll remove also very carefully. So there it is. Now we'll remove a screw here next to the SIM card tray, sorry, here, and also here. Now we can remove this little part right here. Oh. There it is. And now we'll proceed removing the whole motherboard. Right here. I forgot to unscrew this part. And now it should be free. Yes. And there is our motherboard. This is our SIM card tray, and the rest is the motherboard. And I'll leave it here. No, here. Now we'll remove this right here. And we'll be also removing this, which is also part of the motherboard, but it's separated. It's also here. Here. And now we can take this out. There it is. We can leave it right here. And now we're going to remove our port and headphone jack out of the base. We'll be unscrewing 9 screws in total. Now we're gonna use our blow dryer to soften up the adhesive here. So this may take a little while. And after some time of blow drying and scooping up, we can finally remove this, the port and the headphone jack from the base of the phone. There it is. And now we're gonna be removing the power button that is right here. So we'll need to take out a couple of screws here. Okay. Now we'll use our blow dryer again to soften the adhesive. There it is. We can move all of this. As well as the flash. And here it is. You can see that the flash is right here. Oop, right here. And now we're gonna do the same for the volume buttons right here. So let's take out these screws. Now we can take out everything. We're going to use the blow dryer again for a little while to soften up a little bit the adhesive. That is enough. And now it should be coming off much easier. Yes. Let's use it a bit more right here. Nope. It should be coming right off. There we go. There it is. There it is, our phone completely torn apart. You can see all the different parts of the phone, of the base. Here the ports, the motherboard, the buttons, camera, battery. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye.